Good day everyone. I'm here to discuss the orientation to the nstp Republic Act 9163 and the IRR, or the Implementing Rules and Regulation, and cwts curricular program offering as an option in nstp.
So we come now to the introduction of this report. Implementing rules and regulation, or the IRR, of NSTP pursuant to Section 12 of Republic Act number 9163, otherwise known as the National Service Training Program, or NSTP Act of 2001. The Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, and Department of National Defense, or DND, into consultation with concerned government agencies, the Philippine Association of State Universities and Colleges, or PASUC, Coordinating Council of Private Educational Association of the Philippines, or COCOPEA, non-government organization, or NGOs, and recognized student organization hereby jointly issue, adopt, and promulgate the following implementing rules and regulation to implement the provision of the Act. So now let us discuss the NSTP IRR Public Act 9163. Rule number 1, Guiding Principle, Section 1. Guiding Principle: while it is the prime duty of the governments to serve and protect its citizens, in turn, it shall be the responsibility of all citizens to defend the security and promote the general welfare of the state, and in fulfillment thereof the government may require each citizen to render personal, military, or civil service. Rule 1, Guiding Principles, Section 2. Role of the Youth: in recognition of the vital role of the youth in the national nation building, the state shall promote civic consciousness among them and shall develop their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being. It shall inculcate the ideals and patriotism, nationalism, and advance their involvement in public and civic affairs. As the most valuable resource of the nation, they shall be motivate, train, organize, and involved in military, literacy, civic welfare programs, and other similar endeavors in the service of the nation.
Rule number 2, Definition of Terms, Section 3. As used in this Implementing Rules and Regulation, or IRR, the following term shall mean: number 1, National Service Training Program, or NSTP, refers to the program aimed to enhancing civic consciousness and defense preparedness in the youth by developing the ethics of service and patriotism while undergoing training in any of the three program components, specifically designed to enhance the youth's active contribution to the general welfare. Number 2, Serve Officers Training Corps, or the ROTC, refers to the program component institutionalized under Section 38 and 39 of the Republic Act number 7077, designed to provide military training to tertiary level students in order to motivate, train, organize, and mobilize them for national defense preparedness. Number 3, Literacy Training Service, or LTS, refers to the program component designed to train the students to teach literacy and numeracy skills to school children, out-of-school youths, and other segments of society in need of their services. Number 4, Civic Welfare Training Service, or CWTS, refers to the program component or activities contributory to the general welfare and the betterment of life for the members of the community, or the enhancement of its facilities, especially those devoted to improving health, education, environment, entrepreneurship, safety, recreation, and moral of the centenary, and other social welfare services. Number 5, program component refers to the service components of NSTP as defined herein. Number 6, clustering refers to the grouping of students enrolled to different schools and taking up the same NSTP component into one group under the management and supervision of a designated school. Number 7, the cross-enrollment refers to a system of enrollment where a student is officially enrolled in the academic program of an origin school but is allowed to enroll in the NSTP component of another accepting school. Number 8, the non-government organization or the NGO refers to any private organization duly accredited by CHED or recognized by TESDA. Number 9, the student cadet refers to the student enrolled in the ROTC component. Rule number 3, the program implementation. Program of study and enrollment forms shall bear the NSTP without stating herein the three components. There shall be an orientation for all NSTP enrollees to be jointly conducted by the ROTC, cwts, and LTS coordinators or implementers. Students enrolled in the first semester of the freshman year shall be made to undergo a common module based for 25-hour training. Drug education, disaster awareness, preparedness and management, environmental protection, and other national security concerns. Upon completion of the common module phase, the student must select the specific NSTP program component that he or she will pursue. Rule number 3, program implementation. The Philippine Military Academy or PMA, the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy or PMMA, the Philippine National Police Academy or PNPA is exempted from the NSTP in view of the special character of this institution. Other state universities and colleges of similar nature will be exempted subject to approval of the Department of National Defense. Private higher educational institution or HEIS and technical vocational education institution with at least 350 students cadets must establish or maintain a Department of Military Science and Tactics or DMST subject to existing rules and regulation. DMST previously approved and activate shall retain the status regardless of the number of cadets. However, for DMST that has been created after the approval of this IRR, there must be a minimum of 350 cadets. In cases where the number of cadets will be lesser than 350, clustering or ROTCU will be undertaken with ROTCU of the state university and colleges within the nearest environ with the lead rule. Rule number 3, program implementation, section number 5. Components, the NSTP shall have the following components with the students can choose from as defined in Rule number 2, Section 3 thereof, the Reserve Officer Training Corps or the ROTC, Literacy Training Service or the LTS, and Civic Welfare Training Service or CWTS. All program components, the ROTC in particular, shall give emphasis on citizenship training and shall instill patriotism, moral virtues, respect for the rights of civilians, and adherence of the Constitution. The CHED, TESDA, in consultation with the DND and PASUC or COPEA and other concerned government agencies, may design and implement such other non-military training components as may be necessary in consonance with the provision of Republic Act 9163. Within 30 days from the approval of this revised IRR, the CHED, TESDA, and the DND shall jointly issue the minimum standards for the three nstp components which shall form part of these guidelines.
And now, let us discuss the CWTS curricular program offering as an option in NSTP.
CWTS curricular program offering as an option in NSTP. The Civic Welfare Training or CWTS and the National Literacy Training Service or LTS of the National Service Training Program or NSTP. Lessons include both lectures and practicum. The lectures are usually held at the university lectures shall while the practicums are conducted at the adapted target communities. The activities given during the practicum must be related to community extension projects and services. The CWTS and LTS are two of the three components of the National Service Training Program. These are offered for 2 semesters as a 3-unit subject for CWTS LTS 1 and CWTS LT 2 respectively. These subjects are requirement for baccalaureate. These subjects are requirement for baccalaureate degree for both male and female students. The curricular program is designed to encourage the youth to contribute in improving the general welfare, the quality of Filipino life. The students are required to carry out projects and services contributory to the general welfare and betterment of life of community people as embodied under the objectives and program and instruction of the curricular program. The students taking the CWTS and LTS are expected to learn and acquire the values and skills in community, organization, and development through management, empowerment, and social mobilization. The training program aims to develop and improve oneself as a community leader and implement of the civic welfare programs and services as mandated by the NSTP under the Republic Act number 9163 and the implementing the rules and regulation RRR of the Commission in Higher Education or CHED, Department of National Defense or DND, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA. What are the program components of the NSTP? First, at the Reserve Officers Training Corps or the ROTC, which is designed to provide military training to tertiary level students in order to motivate, train, organize, and mobilize then for the national defense preparedness. Second is the Literacy Training Service or the LTS, which is designed to train the students to teach literacy and numeracy skills to children out of school youth and other segments of society in need of their services. Third is the Civic Welfare Service or CWTS, which refers to activities contributory to the general welfare and betterment of life for the people. Who shall take the NSTP? All incoming freshman students, male and female, enrolled in any baccalaureate and in at least 2-year technical, vocational, or associate courses are required to complete one NSTP component of their choice as a graduation requirement. When has NSTP been implemented? The NSTP has been implemented since the start of school year 2002 to 2003 when NSTP taken up, which each of the NSTP components is undertaking for an academic period of 2 semesters and is credited for 3 units per semester with 54 to 90 training hours per semester. What if you cannot take the NSTP during the regular semester? A one-summer program in lieu of the 2-semester program may be designed formulated and adopted by DND, CHED, and TESDA, subject to the capability of the school and the Air Force of the Philippines or AFE to handle the same. Are currently enrolled students covered by nstp law. Male students currently enrolled but have not taken any program component of the previous expanded ROTC or EROTC National Service Program or NSP are covered by the NSTP. Will a student who has completed all his academic requirements except ROTC be allowed to graduate? A student who has completed all his academic requirements except for ROTC will be allowed to graduate that he is a certified candidate by the school on or before the effectivity of the NSTP, which is on March 23, 2002. Are there any student incentives provided for the NSTP? The following incentives are to be provided to students when they are take up NSTP. A program of assistance or incentives for ROTC students from DND which will be in the accordance with existing laws and regulation and subject to the availability of funds.